channel, a lot of you already know this, but I do sell stuff on Depop, and I have made a lot of videos about shipping, how to take the pictures, a bunch of stuff on how to navigate Depop, and those videos have done really good, and I see that a lot of you are interested in reselling and trying to learn more about the stuff. So today I really wanted to talk about different platforms where you can resell stuff. Every single platform has its up and its downs, and I really wanted to talk about 3 different platforms specifically because I have sold on 3 different platforms. I've sold on Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, and those all have their ups and downs, and I really wanted to talk about them to see which one is the best for you to sell on, and maybe you'll find something that you like about a different platform, or if you want to try out a different platform. And that is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm actually off from work, and I'm really excited to just be sitting down here and talking to you guys. It's been stressful going back to work, so I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. I will be letting you know which one is my favorite, but you guys probably already know which one it is. Alright guys, so the first platform that we're going to talk about today is going to be Poshmark. I started Poshmark in November of last year, I believe, and I don't necessarily like it that much. I will say that they do take a 20% off fee from whatever you make in the platform, so it's not that much. There are other platforms where they take a less of a percentage off whatever you make, so they do take a 20% off. I actually have a little paper here, which is why I'm like looking down. And also something that I didn't like about the platform is that you don't get your money till the person receives their item, which I understand why they would do it like that. I even think is you don't get your money till the person receives it and says they received it or something like that. So it does take a long time for you to receive your money, because if you think about it, from the moment you send the item, it takes like 5 days to get to the person, and I feel like that's a long time that your money is just out in the air. And like I personally don't really like that, because also you don't know the person who you're selling to, and like there's so many stories about like people lying that they never received an item or something like that, that I just personally don't really like the way that works. But then again, it's also good if you're buying on Poshmark, the person won't receive the money till you receive your item, so technically it's good for the buyer but not so good for the seller, in my opinion, my most honest opinion. Like, this is my opinion, this is how I think, and from my experiences this is what I have gathered. Another thing I noticed about Poshmark is a very social app. So in the app you can't message people, but you can share their listings, you can like their listings, and you can comment on them. When I signed up for Poshmark, I'm not kidding, I got like 400 followers on there as like the day that I signed up. But the thing is that most of those followers are people who are also selling stuff, so they don't necessarily want to buy things from you. They kind of want you to buy from them, and it's kind of like, it's more of a people follow you so then you can notice them and follow them. Also, people will share your listings and stuff like that, but it's more like if I share your listing, you share mine type of thing. So it's a very social app where people like share everybody's things and they follow literally everybody, and that's how you get noticed. But I personally don't have time. I really don't have time to be following people and doing all of that. I mean, if you have the time to be following people and sharing their listings and all that stuff, that's good. I just feel like when you're doing all of that, your things can just get lost. If so many people are sharing your stuff and many other people's stuff, your stuff is just going to get lost, and it's just, I just feel like it's too crowded. Like that, when I think of Poshmark, is too social and too crowded in my opinion. One thing I do think is great from the platform is that their shipping rate is set, so you don't have to weigh your items, and that comes with like, you don't have to buy a scale and weigh your items and like have a, know the weight of the item to ship it. You can just set the shipping rate that they have, and that's it. You don't have to worry about that stuff. So I really do enjoy that, because other platforms you have to weigh your items, and if you mess up, God forbid you mess up, because then the post office is gonna return your stuff, and that sucks. But Poshmark does have a set shipping rate, and it's up to like 10 pounds. So I mean, who's gonna send 10 pounds worth of stuff, so that's really good. That is really it, I would say, for Poshmark. I mean, it's not that hard to navigate, but it's also not the easiest platform to navigate. I would definitely like watch videos on how it all works, but that is just my little spiel on Poshmark. Moving on to Mercari. I feel like the Mercari is kind of like the baddie. Like she's like the baddie. I don't know, like she's like the cool Instagram baddie, and that's kind of like the stuff that you find there. Hear me out. You can literally sell anything. I've seen like home decor, candles on there. You can literally sell anything on Mercari. It's very easy to list because it kind of guesses your stuff. So when you write down or you put a picture, the app kind of guesses what you have. So it's very easy to list because it kind of already plugs in certain information for you, which I really like, because sometimes listing an item can be such a hassle because it's like, oh my god, like you have to put in all this information and stuff like that. So the app kind of already does some of that for you, which is really nice in my opinion. The downside on that is that they do ask for a lot of information on your item, which can be good because then people are more likely to like narrow down what they want and like find your item. But it's also not that good for me because like I don't want to write that much. I don't want it to be so hard to list something, you know what I'm saying? They also take 20% off whatever you make. So again, it is like Poshmark. Most companies or platforms will take a 20% off, but that's just how they do it. They're giving you the platform to sell something, so they have to get something in return basically. Now for Mercari, it's kind of like Poshmark. You don't get your money, so the person gets their item and reviews it, and then you review it. So to close a sale, the person has to receive the item, they review it, and then you review them, and then you get your money, which I think is absolutely insane. Now I think it's after 3 days. If after 3 days the person has received the item and they haven't reviewed your stuff, they will release the money to you. But I think that's a really long time for you not to get paid. Like I don't like that. I really don't. One thing I did forget to say about Poshmark and Mercari is that you don't need a PayPal to work the platforms. You can literally just have your credit card, which I think is very easy because literally everybody has a card, a debit card or a credit card. Not everybody has a PayPal, and not everybody wants to make a PayPal to buy your stuff. So sometimes it could be easier to sell there because it's easier. It's literally like buying stuff online at whatever store. Depop, you do have to have a PayPal, but we'll get into Depop later on this video. One thing that I really like about Mercari is that you can see how many people have seen your post, and you can like make offers. So if somebody likes one of my listings, I can be like, oh hey, like you liked it, I'm gonna lower it a little bit, you know, send them a message that you lowered the item to try to sell it to them and stuff like that. But it does tell you how many people have seen the listing, so you kind of know if it's doing good or not and stuff like that, if it's getting attention, which I really like that. I'm a very visual person. I like to see views, likes and stuff like that, so I really appreciate that about Mercari. The app is not that hard to navigate, but then again, it's not like my favorite. I don't think it's easy to sell on there, or maybe my stuff just sucks. But I think that's my little spiel on Mercari. I think both Poshmark and Mercari are great apps if they work for you. I know there's a lot of like, these apps work for a lot of people, so if it works for you, I mean congrats, like that's amazing, and I'm really happy for you. And if you hear something about this app that you're like, oh, like that's really cool, I should try that out, definitely try them out. Definitely do your research. I will tell you this, before I started reselling, I did my research on everything. I looked up videos about Depop for a month straight before I even started selling, just so I knew that I had it down and I knew what I was doing. So if before you start reselling, I do recommend you do your research on everything, because you don't want to like make your first sale and you don't know what to do or what's going on. So definitely do your research. Alright, so now for the moment that we've been waiting for, I will say this is probably the best reselling platform in my honest opinion. I mean, I might be biased, but Depop. To me, Depop is kind of like the vintage hippie creative person, where you can literally get a bag and like sew it together and make a shirt and it will sell. Like anything creative, weird, vintage, like old will sell. Everybody on Depop to me is kind of like the minimalistic, zero waste vegan person. It's probably buying on Depop. The whole app was created, I believe, in order to like make fashion more sustainable and for people to like resell their stuff and buy secondhand clothes, so we're not buying all this fast fashion and stuff like that. So I really do love the message behind the whole Depop thing. I stand by the platform. I think it's great. It's very easy to use. Depop literally looks like Instagram. I swear they took the whole, like, they took Instagram, the way Instagram looks, and made it into Depop. It's the same thing. If you go on your, you even have a feed where you can see like all the other people's listings. They have a discovery page, which is kind of like where you find other people's stuff. The way you list an item is kind of like posting a picture on Instagram, and a lot of people are familiar with Instagram, so which is why when you go on Depop, it's so easy to use. Like at first it might be a little bit scary, but once you get the hang of it, it's like the easiest thing ever. You can message people on Depop, you can like people's stuff, and I think that's it. Oh, you can also add links, so a link to your Instagram or a link to your YouTube, and you can also have like a bio and stuff like that. It's literally, like I said, it's literally Instagram, but you're selling stuff. So I really like that because it makes my life so much easier. I already know how to use Instagram, so using Depop is like easy too. Another thing I like about Depop is that they only take 10% of whatever you make. So it's not a 20%, because 20% is kind of a big chunk of money if you think about it, but 10% is not that bad. Depop works with PayPal. When someone buys with PayPal, PayPal will take a percentage off whatever is left from what Depop gave you. So they take like a 2%, I want to say. Again, it's not 20%. Like, it doesn't add up to 20%. It's still a little bit less than other platforms, I would say. Another thing I really love about Depop is that they give you your money right away. So basically, like, you ship out, the person buys the item and the money hits your PayPal right away, and you can take it out if you want. Now, if they do buy with a credit card, it does take like 5 days, maybe less, to hit your account, just because it has to like go through your bank and all that stuff. So it does take a little bit. But with PayPal, your money is right on your account, and you can take it out. When you take it out of your PayPal, it does take a little bit of time to hit your account, but the money is there, and you're not like waiting for someone to receive their package and like agree that they got it and review your stuff. You don't have to wait for all that. Your money is literally there. In my opinion, Depop is really cool. Another thing I really like about the company is that they do a lot of like donations and charity work. Like, they will have like every so often where they say like they're gonna be donating all the proceeds for that week to like a certain charity, or like donate their money. And I think that's really nice. Like, it's hard to see a lot of companies do that, and the way they do it and show it, it's really nice, and I really love that. But yeah, literally, I think that if you're ever trying to find really cool stuff, artwork, or like vintage stuff, definitely go on Depop. You're definitely gonna find it there. All the other, alright, my camera literally overheated, and I don't know what I was talking about, but I think I was talking about Depop and it being really cool if you want to find anything. Like, I really don't know what I was talking about. Oh my god. Anyways, some of the things that I don't like about Depop, because they can't be all good. Like, damn, it's gonna sound like this is a sponsored video. I wish. There's different shippings. One of the things I really liked about Poshmark is that they have a set shipping. I wish Depop did the same thing and it was just one set shipping, because it adds up sometimes, you know, especially if someone's doing a bundle. Like, that stuff adds up, and you know, I wish it was just one set shipping for, like, I think Poshmark is like $6 for 10 pounds, or like anything between 0 to 10 pounds. Like, that's amazing. I wish Depop had something like that. I think that would be really cool. And another thing is PayPal. You literally have to have a PayPal account in order to sell or buy anything on Depop, and I think that's kind of ridiculous, because nobody wants to make a PayPal. It's probably something that they agreed with PayPal to do, but it's like a lot of people don't have a PayPal, so you're missing out on a whole like demographic of people that don't have PayPals. And I had to make a PayPal to start this whole thing. And at the beginning, which is one of the questions that I get a lot on my videos, is like, oh my god, I haven't received my money, like, what's going on? It says pending on my PayPal. It takes PayPal like a couple of days to verify your account, so it will say pending for a really long time, and people get really scared that they're not set, like they're not getting their money. This is usually when you make your first sale. You have to verify your PayPal, and then it goes through a whole process, and then you receive your money. Or if you haven't sold anything in a really long time, PayPal will do the same thing. It will like process, wait till the person receives their thing, and then give you your money. But again, this only happens when you haven't sold in a really long time, or if it's your first sale. Again, my whole point is that having to have a PayPal kind of suck because also they take a percentage out. So I wish it was just like a debit card. Like everybody has a debit card, you know what I'm saying? Like at least now they give you the option so the person can either do PayPal or do debit card. But I think that either way, to sign up for Depop, you have to have your PayPal link to it. So that's some of the stuff that I don't like about Depop. Also, it's not that social of an app, I don't believe. Like I do have a couple of followers on there, but I feel like they're not necessarily wanting to buy from me. I think the people that buy from you are usually the people who are looking for that specific item, unless you're like a really well-known influencer that everybody wants anything you post, which I'm not. So people literally will buy stuff that they're looking for, not necessarily because they follow you. So at the end of the day, and this goes with every platform, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, because a lot of the times those people are not gonna buy from you. Some of the times those people are also other sellers who are just trying to sell as well. So basically that is my little thing. I will say my favorite platform is Depop. I think it's the easiest to navigate and it's just more user friendly in my opinion, and it's a very nice community. I think they're like the nice community. Every other platform is also really nice. I'm not bashing any platform. I love all three. I've been so blessed to sell on all three platforms that's what really matters. So anyways, I think I'm gonna leave this video off here. If you have any questions at all, please make sure to leave them down in the comments. I will reply. I'm literally like that one person on YouTube who replies to every single comment. I love you guys so much and I really want all of us to succeed and be successful together. So literally comments, leave any questions in the comments, or my Instagram is always linked in the description. If you want to personally DM me, go ahead, I will reply to you. I get a lot of questions about Depop on the daily. Someone put me on Depop's customer service because I'm already answering all these questions. But anyways, that is everything that I like and don't like about every single platform. There is more platforms to sell stuff on. There's Etsy, there's Facebook Marketplace. I've actually sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I find it that if you're selling something like household stuff, put it on Facebook Marketplace, it's gonna sell like right away. It's crazy. People sell a lot of stuff on there. There's what else? eBay. But again, I've only tried Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, so those are the ones that I know about. And that is going to be it for this video. I love you guys so much, and if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. And yeah, I hope you guys love this video. I love you so much, and I'll see you on my next video.